What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham Gius and Matthews, break down all the original content you watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. Today we're talking the September 2nd, 2024 edition of Raw Talk. Megan Morant, Sam Roberts in the studio, opening up the episode, replaying the Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest tag team win over Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio back at Bash in Berlin. They also replay the opening segment with Liv and Dominic attacking Rhea, Damian coming to the save. They then recap the main event, Jey Uso and Damian Priest knocking off Finn Balor and JD McDonough in non-title tag team action in the main event. Sam Roberts acknowledges that Damian and Uso recently battled for the World Heavyweight Championship, but Jey's such a tag team specialist, multi-time tag team champion, the longest reigning tag team champions of all time alongside his brother Jimmy, of course, that he can find chemistry with most partners. And they also say that Jey Uso is still trying to holler at Rhea Ripley. That is literally what Sam Roberts said, so don't take my word for it. That's just what they said. They also replay the first of two triple threat matches on this show. Ilya Dragunov beating Dragon Lee and Dominic Mysterio, who was chased off by Damian halfway through the match, to qualify for next week's Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship #1 Contenders matchup. We hear from the LWO afterward. Dragon is with Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde. Only Dragon talks. He just says that he feels great coming off the victory. He calls Dragunov a fellow dragon, and that they battled in there like dragons. And he won't ever forget what Carlito did to him and the rest of the LWO. He says Carlito will never forget and will realize that he made a big mistake. So, I was wondering, is he just talking about Carlito costing him the match here? And then I totally forgot about the fact that 6 months ago, Carlito put Dragon on the shelf, cost him his WrestleMania match, his WrestleMania moment, because it was Carlito who was responsible for Dragon being injured backstage on SmackDown right before WrestleMania, causing Andrade to take the spot. So that's what he's referring to. They had a match a number of months ago on Raw. I'm pretty sure Dragon won it, so that story, that feud is not completely over, apparently. Sam Roberts says that with that win, Ilya Dragunov reminded everyone who he is going into that Fatal 4-Way match next week, which will involve also Pete Dunne. It will involve Jey Uso and Braun Strowman. What a fucking random 4-way. The winner of that match then faces Braun Breaker, I believe at Bad Blood, for the Intercontinental Championship. They replay the latest ruthless attack from Drew McIntyre on CM Punk. An extended attack, a very well done angle, and again, we've seen it before from these two. It's been done to death in the past 8-9 months. I get it, but you are not going to end this feud without having a decisive rubber match. Drew won the first one, Punk won the second one, inside Hell in a Cell, that just makes the most sense to me. Sam Roberts recaps the intensity of the angle and that their feud is not yet over, just kind of obviously stating the obvious. They replay Shayna Baszler beating Zelina Vega. We hear from the Pure Fusion Collective afterwards. Still a very dumb fucking name, by the way. Shayna says that the end of every story is what you saw out there when they were attacking Zelina and Lyra Valkyria following her win over Zelina. Sonya says that they leave their opponents lying, and Zoe Stark says that if anyone wants to step up, you can, just shoot your shot. So step up, shoot your shot, you will be left lying by the Pure Fusion Collective. That's what they had to say, so that was there. That's their new catchphrase, by the way. We found that out on Raw this week, because they were doing the gun hand motion the last couple of weeks. That's because their new catchphrase is, shoot your shot. Okay. Sam Roberts says that people doubted them, and they proved those people wrong, I guess. Megan Morant says that they mean business. They replay Isla Dawn and Alba Fire beating Damage Control's Io Sky and Kairi Sane, who I think got stitches following, after getting busted up in that tag team match last night. Her eye was all fucking red. It was pretty gross. Her orbital bone, might have been broken. I'm not sure, but it must not have been that bad because apparently she just got stitches and is probably fine. So I'm not sure how much time she'll miss. But yeah, so they replay that win, becoming the #1 contenders to the WWE Women's Tag Team titles in the process. We hear from Isla Dawn and Alba Fire afterward, backstage. And Isla Dawn says they should have had an automatic rematch. Isla Dawn or Alba Fire doesn't even want to talk about Bash in Berlin when they lost the championships. Dawn completely disregards the fact that Bianca and Jade were not pinned in that triple threat match when Dawn and Fire became tag team champions back at Clash of the Castle in Cardiff a few months ago. And of course, if the roles were reversed, that's all they would bring up is the fact that they weren't pinned for the belts, but nonetheless, they walk off, they were all pissed, blah, blah, blah. Sam Roberts praises their ability to win matches, whether it be triple threat tag team matches, which is how they won the belts back at Clash of the Castle. They won that triple threat tag team title match on Raw to retain the titles a few weeks back. They preview next week's WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match, the rubber match, Jade and Bianca facing Isla Dawn and Alba Fire one more time in a rematch for the belts. They also preview the Wyatt Six. I don't even know what you would call them, but like Eric Rowan, Nikki Cross, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Lumis battling American Mage, Chad Gable, the Creed Brothers, and Ivy Nile. They also preview the aforementioned Fatal 4-Way, where the winner will challenge for the Intercontinental Championship at a later date. I think that's going to be Bad Blood, like I said earlier. So that was Raw Talk in a nutshell for September 2nd, 2024. Pretty standard stuff here. No out-of-the-ordinary interviews. We heard from Fire and Dawn, Pure Fusion Collective, Dragon Lee. Pretty decent stuff here. Thank you guys for checking out my review. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Have an awesome one, guys. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.